The plant life. Lesson preview. Types of plants. The plant systems. Root system. Shoot system. Leaf. Functions of the leaf. Flower and its parts. When we look outside, we see different kinds of plants around us. Plants are seen practically everywhere. They vary in size and shape. Plants like rose, jasmine, and guava which bear flowers are called flowering plants. Plants like ferns and mosses which do not bear flowers are called non-flowering plants. Types of plants. Plants can be classified on the basis of size and type of stem into the following 5 types: herbs, shrubs, trees, creepers and climbers. Herbs. Herbs are very small and soft plants, usually less than 1 meter high. They have green, soft and flexible stems. Examples of herbs are coriander, tomato, grasses, wheat, mint, etc. Herbs do not have many branches. Tomato, mint, coriander, wheat. Shrubs. Shrubs are medium-sized plants, 1-3 m high, having hard stems. They are bushy with the stem branching out near the base. Examples of shrubs are rose, lemon, tulsi and jasmine. Branching in shrubs starts from near the ground. Rose, lemon, jasmine. Trees. Trees are tall plants, more than 3 m high, having a hard, brown, woody stem. They do not have branches near the ground, but only in the upper part much above the ground. Trees have a long life. Examples of trees are mango, neem, teak, banyan, peepal, etc. Banyan, peepal, neem. Creepers and climbers. You must have noticed that there are some plants which cannot stand erect and they spread out on the ground. These plants are called climbers and creepers. They are different from herbs, shrubs, and trees. Creepers are plants like watermelon, gourd, and pumpkin which cannot stand erect because their stems are weak and spread on the ground. Climbers are plants which climb up taking the support of other trees or other artificial support. Examples are peas, grapevine, and money plant. The plant systems. Different parts of a plant perform different functions to keep the plant alive and enable it to grow, flower and reproduce. All flowering plants consist of 2 important systems. Root system, part which grows below the ground. Shoot system, part which grows above the ground. Root system. Root system consists of one main root and a number of small, branching roots. There are 2 types of roots, tap roots and fibrous roots. Activity. Gently pull out a grass plant and a mustard plant carefully from the soil. Wash off the soil from the roots. Examine the roots. How are the roots different? Taproot. Some plants like mustard, rose, neem, peas, gram, beans, and carrot have a main root from which a number of branching roots arise. The main root is called the taproot, and the branched out roots are called lateral roots. Fibrous root. Some plants like grasses do not have a main root. There is a cluster of roots all appearing similar and these are called fibrous roots. Some other examples of plants having fibrous roots are wheat, maize, and barley. Functions of the root. Roots fix the plant firmly in the soil. Roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and help the plant grow. Water and minerals reach the stem and the branches with the help of tiny tubes present in the roots and stems. Roots help to prevent soil erosion by binding soil particles together. Activity. Try to pull out a grass plant from the soil. It is not easy to pull it out as the roots fix the plant to the ground. Activity. Dig out 2 weeds of the same type without damaging the roots. Cut off the roots of one plant with the help of scissors. Place these weeds in separate pots, and mark them as A and B. Water the plants A and B regularly. Observe the plants after a week. What do you conclude from this? Modifications in roots. In some plants, roots also perform other functions in addition to the 3 basic functions listed above. To perform additional functions, the roots of such plants are modified or specialized. These changes are called modifications in roots. Carrot, radish, turnip. Roots of plants like carrot, radish and turnip store food for the plant which is used by the plant in unfavorable conditions. Roots are modified in some plants to give extra support. Banyan tree has roots growing down from its branches. These roots, when they reach the ground, fix themselves in the soil. Such roots are called prop roots. They support the tree just as pillars support a building. If you observe the plants such as maize, sugarcane or screw pine, kevada plants, you will see such prop roots growing out from the lower part of their stems. These roots lend support to the thin stem and help it stand upright. Maize, banyan, screw pine. Shoot system. Shoot system consists of the stem, branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Stem. Stem is the main part of the shoot system. In most plants, the stem is above the soil. The stem may be branched or unbranched. The points from where the branches grow are called nodes. The portion of the stem between 2 nodes is called the internode. Functions of the stem. The stem keeps the plant upright. It bears branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Leaves are arranged in such a way that they receive plenty of sunlight for making food through photosynthesis. Stems transport water, minerals, and food to all parts of the plant. Stems provide support to the different parts of the plant. Plants like gourd have thread-like structures on the stem called tendrils. These tendrils wrap around a rough surface and give support to the stem. Activity. To show that stems conduct water. Take the cutting of a plant with white flowers, having stem and leaves. Place it in a glass of water to which a few drops of red ink have been added. Observe after a day. You will see thin fine red lines on the stem and leaves. These lines will also be seen on flowers. Modifications of the stem. In some plants, the stem is underground. Examples are potato, onion, and ginger. The following modified stems store food prepared by the leaves. Ginger, potato, onion, arbi. Stems of some plants like cactus are modified to make food. The green stem performs all the functions of the leaves. Leaf. You have seen that leaves vary in size, shape, and color. Parts of a leaf. Lamina, leaf blade, it is the flat, green portion of the leaf. Petiole, it is the part of the leaf by which it is attached to the branch or stem. Veins, veins are slender ribs running through a leaf. Midrib, midrib is the thick vein which runs through the middle of the leaf. Activity. Take a leaf and place it under a white sheet of paper. While holding the paper, shade the portion of the sheet above the leaf with the help of a pencil tip sideways. You will get an impression with lines on it. The arrangement of veins in a leaf is called leaf vernation. In some plants, the veins are parallel to each other along the length of the plant. This is called parallel vernation. Examples: wheat, grass, and maize. However, in some plants, the structure of the veins is not symmetrical on both sides. Such a vernation is called reticulate vernation. Examples: mango, potato, and tulsi. Veins of the leaf transport water, minerals, and food. They also provide support to the leaf. Functions of the leaf. Leaves are green in color because of the presence of the green pigment called chlorophyll. They prepare food for the plant using chlorophyll, water from soil, and carbon dioxide from air in the presence of sunlight by the process called photosynthesis. Chlorophyll traps the light energy from sunlight and provides the energy to the plant for preparing food. The food prepared by the leaves is a type of sugar called glucose, which is later converted into starch for storage in different parts of the plant. Plants give out oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. Activity. To show that leaves contain starch. Take a green leaf of a healthy plant. Place the leaf in a test tube and fill it with spirit till the leaf is completely covered in it. Place the test tube in a beaker filled with water. Heat the beaker till the green color of the leaf is completely leached and the leaf becomes colorless. Remove the leaf carefully, wash it in water, and put it on a sheet of white paper. Pour a few drops of iodine on it. What do you observe? The leaf turns blue-black in color. This shows the presence of starch. Activity. To show that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. Take a potted plant and keep it in a dark place for a day. Now, cover some portion of one of the leaves with black paper, and keep the plant in sunlight for a day. Pluck the covered leaf and test it for starch. What do you observe? In which portion of the leaf is starch present? If starch is not present in the covered portion, what do you conclude? Leaves also release extra water absorbed by the roots through the stomata in the form of vapor. This process is called transpiration. This helps in cooling down of the leaves. Another function of transpiration is that as water escapes from the leaves, it creates a suction, which allows roots to pull up more water to compensate for this loss. This water brings with it essential nutrients needed by the plant from the soil. Transpiration also plays a vital role in the water cycle by increasing moisture in the air. Activity. To study transpiration in plants. Take a healthy potted plant. Cover the leafy branch of the plant in a polythene bag. Take another similar polythene bag and tie its mouth. Keep the plant and the bag in the sun. Observe after a few hours. You will see water droplets inside the inner surface of the bag covering the branch only. Why is it so? Modifications of leaves. Leaves of some plants are modified to give support. Example, in pea plant, some upper leaflets are modified into tendrils. These tendrils coil around objects to give support to the plant. Leaves of some plants are modified into spines which provide protection to the plants from animals and reduce water loss. Example, cactus. Flower and its parts. The flower is the most colorful and attractive part of a plant. Flowers differ in color, size, shape, and fragrance. We can recognize a plant by its flowers. Most flowers have a sweet smell. Some flowers do not have any smell, while some have a foul odor. Pedicel. The stalk of the flower is the pedicel. It joins the flower to the stem. Thalamus. The uppermost swollen part of the pedicel is the thalamus. Sepals. Calyx. Sepals are the outermost part of a flower and are green in color. They protect the flower, especially when it is in the form of a bud. Petals. Petals are the brightly colored leaf-like structures inside the calyx. They are the most prominent parts of a flower. Petals attract insects by their bright colors and scent and to help in the process of pollination and reproduction. Stamen. Stamen can be seen when the petals are removed. It is the male reproductive organ. It consists of a tube-like structure called filament and a bag-like structure present on the top of the filament called anther. The anther contains pollen grains which are dust-like particles. Pollen grains contain the male gametes which take part in reproduction. Pistil, carpel. Pistil is the innermost part of the plant. It is the female part of the flower. It consists of three parts. The stigma at the top, style a tube-like structure in the middle, and a swollen structure at the base called ovary. The ovary contains bead-like structures called ovules. However, some flowers have no sepals. In some flowers, sepals and petals are exactly alike. Some flowers may have no stamens while some may have no carpels. Anther, filament, stigma, style, ovary. Pollination. The pollen grains are transported from the anther to the stigma of either the same flower or of another flower of the same species by wind, water or insects. This process is called pollination. After pollination, the process of reproduction takes place. The ovary swells up and changes into a fruit, while the ovules change into seeds. A fruit is usually made up of a fruit wall and seeds. Activity. Carefully remove the pistil from the flower. Cut the ovary with a blade. What do you see? Stigma, style, ovary.